And we are live. Send out that notification. Stuff open and turn on the light because I think being so dark in this room is making me a little sleepy for some reason. Water's topped off. Squeaky chair, squeaky life. Howdy, C8. Welcome, welcome. Boy. Gooch. Get into position. Whew. Howdy, Arrow. My first Joms in chat. I don't know whether to be honored or disgusted. Maybe a mix of both. It is an official Joms. JPH Joms, as a matter of fact. I have now Joe will finish 9 souls today for sure. I thought wasn't he doing that on Monday? Or is he doing if he's doing that today, I've got a lot less time to work than I thought I did. Just to mess with the time slot, I believe. God, I hope not. I really hope not. Oh man. I meant to stream yesterday, and I also meant to stream the day before, but then I woke up around noon, both days. So I slept in, and then the craziest thing happened on Saturday. I got home from work at like 4:30, like 5 a.m. And then I went to bed, and then I woke up, and it was 6 p.m. So I slept pretty much all of Saturday. I have vague memories of at some point opening Joe's stream and listening to a little bit of Umineko. But I kind of lost a day there. And I have not gone to bed yet since, so I'm sort of running on fumes here to deliver what will most certainly be an enlightening experience. But here we are, nonetheless. I had a lot of steam like 30 minutes ago, and then it suddenly just hit me. Speaking of things that are suddenly new, let me know how the mic audio quality sounds, because I got a new one. Howdy, Panda. Welcome, welcome. Umineko certainly isn't the remedy that assures you it isn't all some weird dreamscape. That's true. That's true. It's an interesting piece of literature. Mike sounds the same. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let me see if I can nudge it a little. No, I can't really nudge it any closer. Oh well. I do have pretty much the same audio filters on the microphone, and the talking situation hasn't really changed at all. I have to look away from the microphone in order to look at chat and be able to talk to you at the same time. I feel like I don't have to heighten the volume as much as usual. I did turn the volume up, yes. I usually assumed that I was being too loud. Um, but it seems that that is not the case. So we're all good to go there. If you can bump up the mic volume in OBS slightly, still that'd be fine. I sure can. I've got it set all the way up. The difference between you and Joe is pretty strong, actually. Your streams are much quieter than Joe, and Joe is pretty quiet compared to other streamers. Okay, so that's just me being self-conscious and turning my volume way, way down. So I guess we're fine there. Alright. Good to know. Good to know. I usually have my stuff set at like 70%. I don't know what the actual decibel measurements mean in pretty much any capacity whatsoever. So I'm just telling you where the bar is. If the bar was 100% when it's full, it's usually at about 70% is where I have my volume sliders. And then I also turn the volume down myself in game because I guess I'm sensitive to sound and I didn't know that. But nonetheless, here we are. Back for more art streams. This will be the third in a row, I think. Yeah, because we did 2 emote streams and then this one, where we are going to be designing a new model. And I really hope Boulder is here for it because this is for the game that he requested. So we're going to be making a model for Katamari. Right? I think I'm not entirely sure which Katamari because I think Boulder just told me in the message finish Katamari Oomphy, but I have Katamari Damacy reroll. Katamari Damacy? I'm not sure. I have reroll, the one on Steam. So I assume that's going to be the one that he wants me to play. But I've got a decent idea for what to do for this. Damacy, gotcha. So I've got a decent idea. Obviously, we're working with a relatively simple base. All right, we don't have a lot going on with this outfit, right? And so, sketch it up real quick. Relatively simple, all right? Not a lot to it. In fact, by most accounts, probably going to be a little bit of a boring outfit to some degree. So I thought, what can we do to jazz it up a little, right? What can we do to make this a little more interesting, right? First and foremost, the natural conclusion is obviously that Hex-chan should get exactly Dolmek. Hex-chan, Katamari Ball, right? We're on the same page there. We're on the same page, right? So, obviously, we got to go with that, right? But then I thought, you know, I've had a model before where I broke the sort of design conventions that I usually go for. So I asked myself a question that is probably illegible, but that says lineless? I think, obviously just a sketch, didn't want to spend too much time on it because half of the stream is getting there. But I thought, hey, that could be a pretty interesting thing to try for one of my models. I think it could be pretty fun. I want to try that. And of course, the same applies to our beloved Hex-chan. Right? Boulder's telling me to Google Katamari Cousins and look at the first image result. Okay, on it. You got it? I'll just make sure that OBS is not displaying my... Yep, alright, window capture's off. See? I should probably just move this tab on over to there in the first place. Alright. Okay, that's a lot of them. There are quite a few of them. Some of these shapes are quite diverse. Alright, we're working with a lot more modularity than I was actually expecting here. That's just a snowman. That's entirely a snowman. Interesting. That's a cup? Okay. Is that an arcade cabinet? What is going on with half of these? Okay, so we've got a lot more variables at play than I originally had in mind. Which is to say that we can probably, I think it's a single-wheeled car. That's not the one I was talking about, but that one is there too. Plenty of room to customize your freak. Absolutely. So now the question becomes, what do we do there? Right? So let me get the music on while we begin to ruminate. At some point I need to figure out which songs I have in this playlist that are and are not triggering copyright, because once again Twitch was like, hey, we guys saw multiple copyright things on your last VOD. We've disabled automatic uploads, and I turned that right back on. But there's something in there. Ironically, I think Sneaky Snitch might be one of the things that's triggering it, which does suck. But we'll figure it out. For now, what do we do with it? Because now we have a lot more room to work with. I mean, obviously, the one that I'm thinking is we go square, right? Instead of rounding, right? Instead of having the round head shape, we go for something a little more. There's the layer. We go for something a little more squared off, right? I feel like that would be the natural conclusion, but that might also be a bit of a boring conclusion, right? Wrong color. The bag shape needs to be there. Gotcha. So we'll go square with it. Also see the Katamari director's take on a fan cousin design. You're forcing me back onto Twitter? Oh, I see, he's a gun. I will not design such a cousin, even if it's a joke. Interesting. What if the edges had the bottom of the bag zigzag? So, like... Hold on. Why is my brush not... There we go. Like... Hold on. Like that? Something like that? Howdy, Flora. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere, although I do look like kind of a giant ticket at the moment. In my head, I'm picturing a normal Katamari head, but the bag is limply sitting on top. Okay. I don't know about that one. That seems a little... That seems like a cop-out choice, as funny as it would be. I feel like this is the kind of model where we definitely want to go with the simplified spiral eyes. And then, of course, little blushies. Just to give the face a little more something going on. Now, what about the body? Because for all the variation that the Katamari cousins do have, I feel like, aside from body shape, the clothes are generally... Like, it's most commonly just like a monotone... Well, not monotone. Monochrome. Like, it's just the one color the whole way for the torso and arms. Is that Pinocchio? That's a normal human boy in there. That's a normal human boy in the midst of all this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Where? That's just a little boy. That's just a normal child in the midst. I mean, obviously not dressed very normal, but comparatively normal, proportionally speaking. What is he doing here? How'd you get in that mix? There's a cow in there. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, it looks like there can be some amount of patterning from the looks of it. So do we want perhaps stripes? Perhaps stripes? Stripes are perhaps an option. I do kind of look like a big ticket with the indents on the side. Thank you, Boulder. Thank you. We're just gonna... Oh, it's a biggin. It's a biggin. Oh, man. Yeah, we've got a lot of variability to work with design-wise here. Again, that is just a boy. That's just a guy in there in the middle of all that. Is that a drill? Again, that one's just a full-on snowman. What if it's a normal paper bag? The sides are torn. Sides of the head are just jutting out. So, like... Where's the layer? So rather than... Hold on. Let me get there. Let me get there. Hold on. Rather than like that, something like... Well, I guess it could just be like... and then... torn with the normal... Well, that kind of looks like... I mean, obviously poorly rendered, but somewhat like ears. Now that I know we have a lot more room to play around, I'm not really sure what to do. Most of the more out there ones are from We Love Katamari. The ones from Katamari Damacy are more grounded. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Gotcha. Definitely a lot of variability on the patterns. That's for sure. I feel like it'd imply the Katamari thing is the real head and it's just jammed into the bag, but that's not how bag chain works. Yeah. It's not necessarily a bag, is the thing. I think we probably just... do I want to play it safe? And just go for the big old pill shape looking thing? Because my thinking is if I go normal on the head, I should at least have some variability in the pattern to make it some, give it some visual interest there. But I'm not sure what to do there if that's the route that I take. Did not read the new Bible of Rules before deciding to chat here. Lock me up now. Don't worry, Merrick. I'm almost certain you won't break any of them. I trust you. Also, welcome, welcome. The Strawberry Cousin has some extra lore. In the webcomic, she is Macho's spotter and gives him an intense workout regime. Good to know. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you can hear the thumbs up I'm giving you. Very insightful. How does that help? What does that have to do with anything? What? I don't know what that means as it relates to me in this moment. don't know why I'm defining the body more when the problem isn't so much the shape as the shapes that I need to draw onto it. Well, I guess if I define the shape better, then the shapes that I draw onto it are a little easier to understand and define. Okay, so I mean, we could just draw a bunch of swirlies. You know, we could just get a bunch of spirals in there to some degree. In terms of a shirt pattern. My thought exactly. Hex-Chan turned into a naval mine? No, I was going for the Hex-Chan pattern on the Katamari ball, but also drawing it very quickly so as to not do all of the work off stream. That is almost exactly what it looks like, though. The strawberry head lore is vitally important, and you will find out why at the end of Umineko. I'll ask Mouse. Surely she will help me and just tell me the answer. Absolutely not. She would never. I know extremely little about Katamari, so I trust your judgment. We're on the same page. I would trust your judgment as well as mine, although I think the real arbiter of what is and is not allowed here is Boulder. Considering this is the game that he requested. What do I want to do? All I know is that lineless is something I want to attempt. I know that much for sure. How about zigzags on the head instead of stripes? Hold on. You might be cooking. Give me a second. Let me put it in the oven. Set it to 350. I think that might be the play. Okay, that's definitely the play there. That's absolutely the play there. 100%. Do we want to do anything interesting on the shirt? Also, do we want to square the head as well? I think square the head, just so we're keeping our usual iconic square head shape. Right? And since that's allowed. Square the head, zigzags instead of just the stripes. I feel like I should keep it simple. Just go with this, and then once we have everything colored in, then we'll see how we feel about adding patterns and the like. It's hard to add the patterns when the patterns rely a lot on color, and we don't have any color to work with here right now. So we've got a defined shape and a good idea. We'll move forward with that, then figure out how we want it to look lineless, and then go from there. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do the whole lineless thing, personally. But, as always, we will find a way to get there. That I did not envision before the start of stream. Thank you very much, Boulder, for the Prime sub. The top right cousin in the sheet of cousin, with the face jutting out of his body, quote, once got so surprised that his face jumped out from his body. How disturbing. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you. Hydration is key. This is the stream, huh? Just cursed Katamari lore. Get ready for more of it. This is Boulder's game of choice. I can't wait to see what the fuck is going on with this game. Okay. Let's get rid of all the extra stuff right now. And I think we just get this onto this, which shouldn't take too long. I think most of this stream will probably be dedicated to just figuring out the rendering. And then toying around with the patterns on how to make things look a little more visually interesting. Nope. Nope. Supposed to grab just you three. Move you all a little closer there. Okay. I don't think playing the game will answer any questions about what is going on with the game. Well, that doesn't bode well. Alright. So, put you all in your own little lair there. Oop. Capacity down. Let's think about how we want to do this. Think about how we want to do this, okay? Game is pretty self-explanatory. You roll things up into a big Katamari. Good to know. You know, it's always good to have an objective. Always good to have a good objective in mind. Something solid, something concrete that you can really get behind. Now, how the hell do I do this? I'm also going to put this all in one big group. Just to clean up. Alright. This isn't the cursed Katamari lore. It's that the tan cousin with green, yellow, orange lines on both sides of their head is implied to not be wearing a brown outfit. I see. I see, which means that I do not. I don't understand. But thank you. Or sorry. Either one. So, how wide do we take this head? Or like how big are we thinking on this one? Are we going like let's see here. We want it to be like how much of the width of the body is this one? I feel like that's actually what we're shooting for. I think that's it. That's what we're going with. I think that's what we're going with. Okay. Nailed it in one. Got it in one. I'm a pro. I mean, how many times have you all seen me do this? I would really hope that I'm a pro, especially considering how deliberately formulaic I have made this entire exercise. I really hope that I have it down by now. All things considered. It would be quite embarrassing if I didn't. Sometimes the king asks Lala to wear clothes instead of being nude, implying that Lala might be an exhibitionist. Thank you. I would like to unsubscribe from Katamari Facts. Alright, we will move this ever so slightly this away. Alright, this is going to go down to about there. There. And there. What is my point target for the cow level? Brother, I didn't even know there was a cow level. Until you just said that. Point target? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, the game already has the prince in your usual VTuber spot for most of the games, so you could take some inspiration from that. I see. There is no cow level? Oh, I see, so it's Diablo. Good to know. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We get one good zigzag, and we just copy that. Fucking nailed it. Got it in one. Beautiful. Perfect. Amazing. By which I mean just undo that one and then we're good to go. Oh, there's very much a cow level. Infamously so. I see. How do we go? We go one more. Right. We move it like that. Those are relatively equidistant from one another. And then we move them all just a little further that away. C, Control V. Why did you do that? I'm just gonna merge those. Why not? I'm sure it's fine. I like it because of the texture my brush has. Whenever I drag things like slightly off-center from one another, it just makes them look really blurry. That's gotta be an effect I need to learn how to use deliberately at least once. Right? I have to do that on purpose at least one time. Okay. It's looking relatively acceptable, I believe. I wanted to doodle Jelly's planet for myself. Fun, but it came out kind of cursed. I mean... Merrick, I'm not gonna lie. That's quite good. Like, that is by no means bad. Would. I certainly wouldn't. That's me. I couldn't. Unless... Okay, so... I just completely turned off that layer. Alright. Alright. So... I do realize that I'm using, you know, line art now. I'm probably just going to recolor the line art when the time comes. And that'll be that. Now here's the fun part that will become less fun whenever we have to render it without lines. The body shape is just the shape of the body. Very important tip. Keep that in mind, folks. That's definitely one for the record books. Now, I think for this, we just sort of go... I don't know, usually we've got a little bit more arm, but I mean, I think we just go down in this case. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's a Katamari. That's a Katamari, baby. And then we get our little Pikmin head up top. Up top. Something like that, thereabouts. And then we get a circle, which will be the hardest shape of all to draw. Especially because I keep getting more of a tall oval. Just keeps being an oval. Damn, that was a good one too. That was a good one. That's it. That's the one. That's the one. It's a little bit big. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. That's good. That's looking good. Okay. Good enough that I can turn off this layer. Alright. And then, how do I want to do The eyes and the cheeks and the face. Eyes, I think we go for the sketchy style eyes instead of the usual rendered ones. I say rendered with the largest verbal air quotes I possibly can because I deliberately render as little as possible in most of my drawings. And then big ol' blushy cheeks. Which I seem to be including a lot more frequently. I mean, that's the idea. No? I mean, that's the one. That's what we're going for. Now we just need to figure out how to do that without the lines. You know? That's all we gotta do. Just without the lines, which shape and define all of my art. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Attempting to reconnect. Now we just sort of bide time on the recording, even though no one that's actually watching the stream can hear it. Okay. Still waiting. What's going on there? OBS, everything all right? There we go. Hello? Am I back? Hello? Have I returned to the land of the non-VOD watchers? Chat, are you there? Am I still alone in the void? I was still able to see all of chat as it was scrolling, which is interesting. Usually when OBS disconnects, I'm not able to see anything. I guess the Balatro soundtrack was simply too powerful. Okay, now, question. Does this drawing make my head look too wide? Be honest. Be honest. Is my head too wide? It does, just like it should? Okay. You sure you're not just saying that? Not wide enough? I like the way you think, pal. I like the way you think. Alright. So, I mean, I think we're good for the shapes. Which is weird, because we're only 30 minutes into stream. Doesn't matter, you're always handsome. Aw, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to turn myself into whatever the fuck one of these things is. Where are the cousins? So handsome. Let me just... Always so handsome. Sometimes I forget what the hell we have down here. These three have been here since time immemorial. I don't even know... Well, I mean, I guess I was showing visual references for what I was thinking with the maid outfit. When, in reality, all I really needed to show was Toru. But... oh well. I'm stalling, by the way, because I'm not really sure how to proceed from this point forward. I think we just turn the eyes off. No witnesses. Group layer. Get them all in a group. Copy it, paste it, turn the original off. Merge this one down, copy paste, merge. And then we get to coloring. And then I figure out how I want to do this line list. Because here's my thing. Should I use a different brush set? Because if I want this to be lineless, I feel like I'm trying to, you know, not make it not look like my style as best as I can. Alright. Thank you, thank you, Merrick. It's high definition. Alright. Where were we? Alright. So we do the classic grow selection by 3, invert, and then feather selection, but only by 2. I guess you could color like a normal person and then do colored line art. That's exactly what I was thinking, yeah. That seems like the easiest way to get this rolling. That's because it's a cat. It's a little advanced, maybe, for people who aren't familiar with the game. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Okay. Now, I think we go for our iconic yellow here. And then proceed from there. Color this all in. This is not looking as pale. Well, I guess it's also being contrasted against a gray background. I always thought this was a lot more pale than that. Now, for this part, do we go... Excuse me, a darker shade of yellow? Like that. Or do we go more for like a gray? I'm not sure. Trying to look at the Katamari cousins to see what other possibilities there are. Usually it's just a gradient with stuff like that. I say usually though because there's a lot of variance. A lot of variance. That's an apple. The yellow looks nice. Gotcha. We will move forward with that then. I think if we were going to do a gradient, this would be the last one. That's the darkest shade we're shooting for. And then find somewhere in the middle there. We go in the middle. Even closer. Actually so close that it's very hard to tell what the difference is between the two at all, if in fact there is any difference. I think this actually would be the next one there. If I were smart, I would just literally... Excuse me, allow me to try and be smart for a second. If I can figure out how to do this. There's the yellow. Where's my gradient tool? When did everything get moved? When did that happen? How long ago did the background... When did that happen? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Just so we don't lose everything. Give me a second. Take everything as it exists now. Gonna grab you. Copy that, and then just undo until we get to whenever this happened. Wow, that was a long time ago. Okay. When did this happen? Alright. There we go. Alright. Paste, get rid of this extra one there. Right back to it. Now, I was saying something about doing the smart thing, and then I realized I did something very dumb, which really seems on brand for me. We take this, right? Just completely fill this space with it. And we take our darkest color, and then we use the gradient, and literally make a gradient between those two colors if I can... There we go. And then we just select somewhere around there for one of them. That'll be this guy who is looking remarkably close to the color we already had selected. Assuming that I am actually drawing on the correct layer. Yep. Maybe it looks completely different on my second monitor. Actually, if I look on my second monitor, it looks even more indistinguishable than before. That goes about there. Okay. I genuinely cannot tell the difference between any of these colors. Is there a difference? There's definitely a big difference there. There's no difference between this and this, really. If you want less fiddling, you can also select the color areas with the wand tool. What? Oh, yeah. Right. I could do that. You are correct. Maybe throw in some way different colors, like an orange stripe and a green stripe. I think that could be a lot more visually interesting, yeah. Let's see. For now, I'm just going to color over... Why is it not... Why is it not letting me? What did I do? Oh, it's because I still have that selected. Nothing was... Okay. The reason why it didn't look like anything was changing, you'll never guess. It's because nothing was changing. One moment, please. Let me try that again when I don't have something selected that is, you know, actively stopping me from being able to color in. One moment, please. That there. Okay. Then one thereabouts. I still think the difference might be a bit too subtle. Nope, just the line art. No, that without the line art, that's definitely a lot more obvious than I thought it was. Okay. I quite like that gradient, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I quite like that. Okay. So what now? I think we also want to just, for the sake of readability, take this slightly darker shade and use it for the arms to differentiate them a bit. Also, howdy Shiva. I feel like I already said that. Take this brightest yellow. Use it there, maybe? What color is the... Where is my... You there. Where is it? Where are you? You. What color are you, Prince? What's your deal? Oh, you've got like a little yellow thing around your face, huh? Interesting. Do they all have that? No, but the antenna is consistently yellow with red as the top. So... this color. For sure. That color for sure, for sure. Pretty consistently colored like that, I would say. Alright, well. Line art time, I suppose. Now that was the part where, you know, we make or break. I think we're also going to need to smooth out some of these rougher textures we've got going on here to some degree, but we'll figure that out soon enough. What if for now I just made everything white and then went from there? Oh, that's painful to the eyes. Well, most of it is going to be this color, so this would be the easiest way to do that, I think. Then we go from here out is this color. Alright, get that all filled in. Then we go from here out is this color. Yeah, that's not nearly as clean as I was hoping it would be. Maybe we want to do it. No. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The general idea is there. I think here's where we would do something like go to the layer above and fill in all these little spots best we can. The only problem is I am an artist who is very much used to working in the vague little scratchy gray area that my delightfully messy charcoal brushes give me. And if I'm doing lineless art, I am deliberately straying against that. Which I feel like that's where most of the challenge of this is going to come from. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Should probably be using this brush. Or, hold on a minute. Just delete. Where is this color coming from then? That also helps. That's kind of like cheating, but it helps. There's no cheating in art. It's shortcuts. Whatever gets the job done. Okay. Just deleting all those hanging edges. Now, we're going to run into a little bit of trouble here, but don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, because here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to remove... Nope, that's the Windows button. Sorry, new keyboard has different spacing. Getting used to it. Alright. No, we didn't even really grab all of what we wanted, so that didn't really work out. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Delete that. Delete. 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 Why are you still there? Delete. This is certainly going. See, the problem here is that I've chosen a bunch of colors that don't contrast with each other very well. Which means being able to see the delineations between those different colors is a little more difficult than expected. Now, if I were a smarter man, I wouldn't have run into this problem. But you wouldn't all be here if I were a smarter man. In fact, I would say that's part of my charm. So instead, we will toil. Also, hi Sneaky Snitch, you're probably the reason I'm getting copyright stricken. Why is it in the play? You know that you make a great point, Merritt. You make a great point. Here's what I think we're gonna do, unrelated to how great that point is. I just realized what we can do to maybe make this a lot easier for ourselves. It's gonna blow your fucking minds. Get ready for this. Alright? Instead of trying to patch up these very messy lines, what if we simply used a cleaner brush in the first place? A shocking concept, I know. Novel to a stream such as this. But it may just get the job done. Look at that. Look at that. Incredible. And the crowd goes mild. Don't you just love to see your streamer display a very basic level of intelligence and problem-solving skills? I know I sure do. Now we can get a bunch of nice, clean corners. It's all going to look great. We're going to feel great about it. Is the more important thing, really. You just said we're here because you're not that smart. Listen, listen. Every once in a while, even the dumbest of cavemen is going to strike the rock and create the spark which ignites the fire. Right? You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be a genius to innovate. You just have to be at the right place at the right time. Go in this corner here. Give ourselves, again, a bunch of nice, clean edges. There we go. Looking cool, Joker. Looking cool. Alright. Now, this is going to be the hard part. This, this circle concept is a little foreign to me with all these squared off edges I'm used to dealing with, but I think with enough ingenuity and a little bit of elbow grease, we may just be able to work our way through it. I think we go for one of these, and then hold on. What's he going for? That's right. He's just going to mirror it and move it over. Why draw one line? Why draw two lines when one line do trick? I ask you this. The age-old question. The age-old question. How the fuck do we draw a circle? That's the question you might be asking yourself at this moment in time. Alright? But the question that I'm asking myself at this point in time is, can I get away with using the circle tool and having it look okay? To which the answer is yes, actually, because now you're using the pixel brush, and the line density doesn't matter when it's always set to maximum. So just get that all aligned. Perfect. Beautiful. Honestly, good enough for a Squarespace ad read. Perfect. Alright. I feel like it's maybe a little large, but you know what? Sometimes that's okay. Which is my way of saying, good enough for government work, baby. Let's keep that train moving. Okay. Next. We will do this. This part. The zigzags. The technical term for it, I believe. Okay. No way. He's going for it again? The same joke twice within 2 minutes of one another? Surely not. No one would be stupid enough to attempt that. But that's right, chatter. You and I both know I'm stupid enough. Alright. And then once more with feeling. Alright. There we go. Perfectly lined up. Beautiful. Great. But oh no. It's hanging off a little. Never mind. I just find the point there where it's relatively equidistant. If in fact it exists at all. I think that's good. Okay, nice, done. Then we just copy that a bunch of times. Simple as. It's just that easy. Let me merge that down. Then we Control-C, Control-V. Right-click, mirror horizontal. Discard the gift of DNA. Perfect. We'll just erase the excess on the top edges. Top and bottom edges, rather. This one simple trick for clean line art. Artists hate him. Find out how one bag is making mediocre art online at twitch.com. Twitch.tv/jelly channel, except the last L is an I, because I'm a charlatan who got into the game too late. But also the L in charlatan is also an I, because that was taken as well. up. You know, if it was just mediocre, we wouldn't all be sitting here. I have sat through many a video essay that would say otherwise, which is to say that I have consumed quite a lot of slop in my day. None of it which has entered my permanent memory, I'm happy to say. Make the Pizza Hut logo real quick. On over here. Here. Cross. Drag. Here. Drag you across. Oh, a little further down. And a little further across. No, you know what? That's fine. You can be like that, I guess. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Then clean up a little. Good, looking good. Square these edges. There. Get a little smaller. Go. There we go. 2. Bring it on down here. Square that edge. Are these? Are not fully black? Is that 2 different shades? Am I losing my mind? Am I going insane? I think I'm losing it just a little bit. Okay. Our shapes are defined. The dialogue is acted. The stream is still live. Of all the things for me to drop frames on, why an art stream? Okay, then we get this all in a big old group layer. And then we color again. But this time with passion, with grit, with determination, and with the wherewithal to admit that we actually forgot a line. So we go back and fix that before we actually go and draw anything at all. There we go. Now we get to the main event. V, E, and then we grab all of that jazz. Oh, I merged you with the sketch layer. Oops. E. Now, under normal circumstances, perhaps one might lasso tool this, or perhaps even magic wand around the edges. However, I don't think that's necessary, so I'm not going to. And I will pay for it by having to search for dead pixels later on in life. But you know what? What else are my retirement years for? Move that on over this way. Oh, right, alright. Good, looking good. Any dead pixels? Let me just look through this sea of high contrast white that is great for my eyes. Good, looking cool, Joker. Okay. On to the head. I'll tell you what, I miss playing puzzle games on stream. I was thinking about it the other day. I wish that I could have another Talos. I hope that the Talos remake comes out sooner rather than later. I would like to play that as soon as possible. I feel like that would be primo stream content. And I would hopefully, assuming they don't change too much about it, get to show you exactly what I loved so much about the puzzle design of Talos 1, and what made me think that Talos 2 was so lacking, not only gameplay-wise, but narratively and aesthetically. You dead pixels? I have a couple puzzle games that I have queued up, but I wanted to get through a few viewer games first before I did that. Actively wants to play puzzle games on stream? Well, yeah, I like puzzle games. I like puzzles enough to actively enjoy jigsaw puzzles. If you want to know what level of psychosis I'm on. I find them very therapeutic. Alright. Color this all in. Honestly, just go over all of it. Wait, most streamers say puzzle games are the hardest to play, don't they? I, luckily, am not most streamers. And the key difference is that I am an idiot. Where most backseaters think they are communicating with a normal, rational, thinking human being, my backseaters don't realize that they are actually talking to the human equivalent of a brick wall, who is completely incapable of hearing any and all suggestions that may lead to a quicker solution for the puzzle. Or in the case of the Talos Principle 2, I'm not actually solving the puzzle. I made my own, and it's more fun, so I'm doing that instead. Joe does have a tendency to do that, huh? Just to do a puzzle in one rip for absolutely no reason. Okay, then grab you here. Thereabouts. This would probably be easier if I used a smaller brush. That just sold me on getting the Talos 2 VODs faster. Sounds like it was fun. I dare say it was a genre-defining experience for my streams. Not all bangers, you know, it's not all gonna be 100%. No, I think after we got to the actual game, the actual meat of the game, those first two streams were a little slow, but after that, I think it was just nothing but bangers. I won't even say oops all bangers. There were no mistakes there. Purely intentional bangers, back to back to back. And again, I think what confused me most about Talos 2 was that I was just doing what they taught me. Alright? I was just following the rules that I was taught when I was playing the Talos Principle 1. And it's not my fault that the Talos Principle 2 decided to have a new rulebook, and that new rulebook was boring and had bad philosophy. My ideology was simply superior, therefore the game I created in my head was also superior. Or in simpler terms, My psychosis was stronger than the code, so I win. Okay, looking good. Looking cool, Joker. Or I could also check for that a little easier by doing that. Oh, somehow it still looks bad. Okay, clean that up. Looking good. Looking good. Alright, we have our basic colors in place. Now we just need to figure out what the hell we're doing. Control-C, Control-V. Not even an extra layer to work with. Let's start with U, group layer. Merge it up one. U here. Go like that. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong brush. Wrong brush. That. Alright. Looking good so far. Now the question is, do I want the inside of this to be... No, that's not a question. It's fine. We got it. Question answered itself before it could even get all the way outside of my gob. Right. This part is going to look a little iffy, but I'm sure it's fine. Welcome back, Boulder. I was just reminiscing about the Talos 2 streams and my superior intellect conquering all. Now we actually go on the layer under, because then we don't need to worry about overlapping. We just go for it. I am being facetious when I say that, but, you know, my superior intellect conquering the game. However, I think there were a couple escapes we had in there that were genuine fucking works of art. There was some honest-to-God escape artistry coming into play with some of those. I still think about the 2-cube swamp escape. That was crazy. Stacking like 7 unrelated items underneath it just to very barely get it up just enough to grab it. That was a fun one. Why can I not color you in? There you are. Some of the tech we developed during that run was truly generational. The wall walking in general was hilarious. When you say wall walking, do you mean like me prowling the edges of every single room that I walked into just to find the slightest crack in the armor that I might be able to exploit? Every single time I enter a room, just suspiciously eyeing every single corner, every single seam that I can find in the geometry. Because if so, I completely agree. That was probably one of the most fun aspects of it, yes. I really loved that part. It was a lot of fun. Okay, this is going quite well so far, I gotta say. Let me go under. Everyone say hi to Ruby. It's about that time, I suppose. Some of the DLC escapes were also really good. I think the best part was never truly knowing if the jig was up. You know? I don't think there was ever a time when I felt fully secure that I would be able to get all of them. This will go here, like this. Where is this where the... Yeah, okay. Go there. Now, should this go across? Well... I think it should. I think it should go like that, and also down to there. Oh, hey, buddy. No. What layer do you belong to? Oh, you've been wrongs from the start, huh? Where you at, pal? Here you are. Goodbye. Here. Go. Good to go. Now, I think I want these arms to be a different color. If only just to give a little bit more visual delineation between the two. I say the word delineation like I actually understand what it means, but it's mostly vibes. That's most of my vocabulary. If you were to actually look up in the dictionary what most of the words I say meant, it would probably be wrong. Music is still not on a separate Twitch track. No, it is not. I probably should have set that up whenever I was doing all the audio changes for my new microphone, but I didn't. Oops. That's why they pay me the big bucks, baby. Slightly different color. Alright, and then we take that color and we bring it here. This layer. We go up. Directly up from here. Last art stream only has 3 claims at least. Yup. It's going super well. I need to find out which songs specifically are tipping off the feds. At one point I was worried that like the Hi-Fi Rush songs might be doing it because oh no, Hi-Fi Rush is actual videos game that you know that people don't use the soundtrack for it all the time. And then I remembered that Hi-Fi Rush has streamer mode enabled. So, you know, I'm pretty sure all of the music is safe to use on Twitch. Just color in the rest of it like so. I mean, I think color-wise, well, hold on, we need to do this up here now as well. We need to do this up here. Almost forgot that part. Whoopsie. Red. The hard part really is deciding where the circle starts and where the triangle starts. But I think I'm just going to arbitrarily decide that that's correct in there. Over that away. Looking good, looking good. Now, what color do we want this to be? Because normally it's this color yellow. Which I very well could make it. Oh. Uh-oh. Just move these guys down quick. Now, I very well could make it this color yellow, and I think I probably just will, because that seems to work well enough. But I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if I should keep it black. Just so that... like, actually just have it be black like that. But something about that doesn't feel right. Hmm. Contrast is too strong, yeah. What if? No. No. That's not it. Whatever that was, that's certainly not it. Hmm. Make the outline yellow like on the prints. I think we already tried that. Wasn't a huge fan of how it looked. Yeah, same yellow as the antenna. I don't hate it, but I'm also not overly fond of it. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, so we'll move forward with that for now. I think now we need to make the face. It's time for face. Actually, I mean, that's looking quite good, I must say. It's time for eyes. How do I want to eyes? ES. I kind of think I got it in one, but let's just mirror it. You know, see. Oh no, that's everything except what I actually wanted to grab. Okay. That's, you know, looking off to the gamer position, as it were. I think we go... Do we take the time to make these the sharp? Yes, we do. That looks quite cute. So we will most certainly be doing that. that one? No, they're not anywhere near symmetrical. One comes out more just sideways and then... Okay, there we go. That's looking good. Still kind of looks like it's looking more... There we go. Alright, and then the blushies. The most important part to some. How do we do them? Take this up to the side. Enough? No. Perhaps size 70? Then erase the parts that overlap. I like the blushies, but I feel like something is missing. Is that just me thinking about it too much? Yeah, the eye placement is definitely leaving something to be desired. The only problem is we don't have... Usually I have the, what is it? The sclera? I'm not sure. The eye sockets, we'll just call them, to define which direction the eyes are actually looking. But when I draw these little doodle version eyes, I kind of just have to move the face in such a way that it looks like it's moving with it. Like, that's very clearly looking forward rather than to the side. Push them a little closer together. Got it. Okay, here's what I think. We put the eyes underneath the line art so we don't have to worry about that clipping. And then when we want to move it facing forward, we just move the whole kit and caboodle. Looks good to me. Now, something still feels off. I'm not sure if that's just me. I think it's the colors. Here's what I'm going to do. It's a little early for a break, but I feel like I need to get up and stretch a little bit and refill my water. So we will take a break right now. Give me some time to pace, think on the color palette that we've developed here, see if it needs any adjustments, and then we'll be back in 5 to 15. When you're back, please play. Aye, aye. Alright, so, till then, back in a few. Hello, I'm back. Oh no, when did that get moved again? What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Perfect. Good. Nice. Oh man. I think we have some fan art to show. If I'm not mistaken. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Ready. Where's my pen go? Where's my clip? There you go. Lost everything. I think one of the only things that I don't like about this new microphone, aside from the fact that unfortunately I guess it sounds exactly the same as my previous one did, at least on Twitch, is it doesn't have a mute button on it. My old my Blue Yeti one had a button that I could just press to mute it. And now I have to manually mute it in OBS. But that means that ViadoTube is still going to be picking up sound, which means that if I am talking or listening to a video or something, then you're going to see my model bobbing up and down as if I am talking. Which is a little annoying, but I'm sure that I will learn to get over it. Anyway, we've got some fan art here. Let me pull it up here real quick. First and foremost, courtesy of Flora, we've got two versions of this absolutely gorgeous Hex-chan fan art, which is definitely very topical because we've been talking about her a lot today. First, we've got this one without color, where the rendering is still gorgeous. And the shading on it is so nice. This outfit is so pretty. And then the version with color. Oh, that jewelry. I love this like squared spiral. I'm not even sure what you would call that. Armband? Banglet? No, banglets go around the wrist, right? I'm not sure. I love that she's got all the little, like, seashells and stuff. And she's the one from the beach, specifically. Arm cuff, thank you. That was a lot less complicated than I thought it would be. Love this outfit. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Man, I miss Hex-chan. I mean, again, she's with us. She's always here, but the Telos streams were so fun, man. I really hope that the Talos 1 remake is good and that it comes out very soon. I want that so badly. But howdy, Moa. A banger. Thank you very much, Flora. Absolutely gorgeous. And then, technically some old fan art, but fan art nonetheless, courtesy of Einen Cafe Bitte, my good friend EKB. Some real cool looking art. This is from 2 years ago now, whenever I was working on some fan art for Joe's streams, Joe Vanderson streams. I was drawing a bunch of chans for a big I don't know what to call it, collage? It was for an Inktober thing, but it definitely got a little bit more larger, grand in scale than that. Friend of the channel, Joseph Anderson. Yes, that's true. The one and only. But EKB drew this whenever I drew like 12 chans in one day. And Inktober, December, yes! I tried to do Inktober, December again this year, but then I got really, really, really busy in the middle of November, and then it was December, and now it's Ueri. So I think I'm probably just going to use those prompts and make character sheets. We shall see. We shall see. But for now, thank you very much for this extremely cool looking fan art, EKB, even though in your time zone it's definitely way past bedtime, I think. But again, thank you very much, EKB. God, the way that this man renders his stuff is incredible. My kingdom for an ounce of this prowess. And thank you very much, Laura, for the gorgeous Hex-chan art. Love that chub. Love it. Love the outfit. Very, very pretty. And I love this like... Not... Is it cross-hatching? Is that the term? Whatever the shading style is. I love that. I need to try that. I need to get better at learning that. The blocking it out like that. It seems like it'd be fun to learn. But thank you again for all the fan art. Appreciate it. Now, back to this, that I'm still not entirely sure how I want to color. I think something needs to give here, but I'm not sure what needs to give. Most of them have yellow. As their head stripe color there. The green hues are kind of close together, yeah. If I threw another color in there, it might work. What color could I throw in there, then? Right, the song, of course. 1 second, let me scroll on up here. Some Katamari music. I see. I see, thank you. Good to know, good to know. Why this of all the songs you could have chosen? What made you pick this one? The other songs have lyrics? I see. I see. Oh, it's still going. I thought that it was over. Now, the good thing is, if I want to experiment with the colors, I have blocked all these colors to their own individual things, right? So we can play around with that as much as we like. I could theoretically just follow the color palette that the Prince has. That's an option. I'd shift the antenna to maroon and add a sea blue blush. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna start that song over. No, let's go for this one. I'm feeling this one more if we're listening to Little Big Planet music. Okay, so shift the antenna to a more maroon color. Okay, give me a second. I think I can do that. start here. Maroon. What color is maroon? Why am I having trouble remembering what maroon looks like? Nope. Not mute. Nope. Okay, I had it. Just a little darker. Just a little darker. So, somewhere in this range, about. So, something like this, maybe? Hmm. Interesting. Track is almost certainly one that is getting claimed, by the way, because the BBC uses it a bunch. I see. Good to know. He's on the same layer, and then you said a sea blue blush. Not sure how I feel about it. I think the antenna might be too thick. I might be throwing it off. The antenna might be too thick and too just large in general. But I'm not sure. I think that's throwing it off to some degree, so I'm gonna fix that. What do I want to do? I want to just erase it entirely and then figure it out from there. That'd probably be the way to do it. Rip off the Band-Aid. Over here, delete. Bald. Bald. And then, how do we want to do it? Keep the gold border, change the red orb to maroon. For blue cheeks, but I'll let you wing it from here. I like the soft olive green on. Yeah, I think I like the gradient that we have. It's just the colors elsewhere that I'm not really feeling all that well. I'm not really feeling it. Let's see what we can do. The line art one. Oh, that's interesting. What made you decide to do that? Oh, is it because this still exists? Yeah, that'll probably do it. Looking a little better. Much better, actually, one might. If one were to be so daring, that is. Make this... Oh. Call it 35? That's looking a little better. Make this brunish. This a golden pony boy. Okay, well the shape is definitely much better already. Cheeks. This color blue? Much to think about. I mean, I could go for regular blushies. Oh, I think I quite like that, actually. I think I like that. Normal rosy cheeks for sure. And then play around, because the gold looks fine, but I want some higher contrast there if possible. Let me look at the cousins again. What if we go for something really out here? Hold on. Okay, what if we go for that? Where is... What are you for? You all on the same... Why did I do that? Why did I have you all on the same layer? What was I thinking? What if we got a little crazy with it? A little quirky with it, perhaps? Went for something like this. Where all of a sudden we had this surprise splash of this extra color. Whether that extra color be this blue or something else entirely is still up in the air. But I think this will provide a little more visual interest. Where are you coming from? They're just above. Well, instead of doing that, let's just erase you entirely. Now, where are you coming from? You just a spot that I missed? No. Why are you like that? What layer do you belong to? What layer could you possibly belong to? What? How... Okay, there you are. Why do you exist? Go away. How come whenever I drew... Oh, because you weren't on that layer. What the fuck is going on? Where are you from? What is happening? What layer could this possibly exist on? Why are you on this layer? What? What are you doing there? Okay, and you're actually just on this layer. No? Where the fuck are you from? Are you just a spot that I missed when I was coloring this in? Okay, good. Alright. I don't think blue is the color, but I like whatever is happening here. Desaturate the blue a little. I like whatever direction this is headed, I just don't know how to steer the ship. I'm very much like a provide visual interest through texture, not through color kind of artist. Nope. Hey, pal. Can you just be normal for just one little second, please? I'd really appreciate it, bud. Thanks. Nope, wrong layer. I wish that I could just instantly change everything that is this color to a different color. Very desaturated blue around the head antenna could evoke almost a silvery color. Okay, so you mean like really desaturated. Somewhere here, like a steel blue, perhaps? Oh! Okay, hold on. I think I'm digging that. I think I'm digging that. Notice how this kind of looks like the Roman character for or the Greek character for the Sigma symbol. That's how you know that I'm easily swayed by completely meaningless bullshit. alternative punchline free of charge. That's how you know I'm a Zero Escape fan. So did you know the next generation of babies is going to be the beta generation? Comet, as far as I'm concerned, all babies are part of the beta generation. Prior blue at the ends would work. Okay, hold on. See? The arms. Blue is honestly not a color I was expecting to incorporate into this design. If you had woken me up today, I would be very surprised considering I didn't sleep through the night. But nonetheless, I would still be quite perplexed, along with, you know, the general idea of being woken up by one of my chatters, with the prospect of using blue as one of the core colors in one of my model's designs. Let alone one that utilizes solid colors. Like this. Alright. I gotta be completely honest. I'm loving it. I'm really, really digging that. I'm liking that a lot. I like that quite a bit. Now, how do we feel about the torso area? Should I make... Well, if I want to follow the design consistency that the Prince has going on, then... this should be... Where is it? Where is it? Actually, where are... There you are. This should be this color. Which also includes the line art here. Dark green swirly. You know, that's giving me an idea for some accessories. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can tie this together. This might not be anything. Okay, this is perhaps Nothing at all. All right. But for some reason, green and swirly made me think of this specific Kirby enemy. This guy. And this bag here, maybe as a bandana. I don't know. This is such I could not possibly have charted the synapses that fired and the directions in which they fired that could possibly plot the course to lead to this mental connection. But nonetheless, we have arrived at our destination. It's just a matter of figuring out how we incorporate that into the design. I gotta think in simple shapes. Oh, pen tablet fell over. Or pen holder fell over. Seems to be a recurring motif for thieves and their loot bag. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yeah, that's. See, I recognize it. Kirby is just the first thing that came to mind for me to be able to find it. I've seen this pattern many times before. I'm just trying to think shape-wise how I would want to incorporate this bandana. Does this program not have a hue saturation editor so you don't have to draw over your existing colors? It definitely does. I'm just not smart enough to know how to do that. I brute force most of my creative endeavors. To be completely honest with you. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna temporarily drag this all, put it group 495 into group 506. Turn the opacity down on that, and then figure out how we're gonna get a bandana going here. Because I mean, you know, I want it to look like a bandana. That would be preferable. You know? Let's see what we're working with. Oh. 10. Now, assumedly, it would just take the place of the turtleneck part entirely. We have it curve in, then out, and in, like that. Something like that. This shape feels right, but not so much the tie in the back. I can look up Katakusa pattern for more references. Okay, good to know, thank you. mean, the real test is whether or not I could fully color that in and still distinguish the shape that it's going for. Get that to look right. I just can't get one that feels right on that. Instead, I'll procrastinate elsewhere so that I don't have to think about that problem. Alright. Much smaller. There. It's not so much the logistics of the knot, it's more the shape of the knot, and I'm not sure how to portray that. I will just fill this in now instead of going through the hassle of figuring out what's going on there. We want this nice emerald green color. That gives a nice pop, yeah. Then I think what we want to do is layer below the line art, make a darker shade of it. Then figure out what the hell we're doing. And the answer could be something like that instead, or do it from both sides. Not entirely sure. Look up Furukasa pattern. Gotcha, okay. You know, I wasn't expecting this to tie in so well with the whole swirl motif I usually have going on, but it certainly does. That's just a matter of seeing if I can replicate this in any degree. This seems above my pay grade, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. This also looks like a job for a brush with variable size. Group. There's something going there for a bit, but... There. They never go like that. I'm getting a little in the weeds, ironically. Whenever one of these splits off, it looks a little more like that. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere close to approximating there, I think, at least. Big one coming in there. Off from that. That. This one here is not pulling its weight. Give me a second. That's a little better. I feel like that's a pretty decent approximation of the pattern. I feel like you would be able to look at that and understand what I'm trying to go for there. No? There's some parts that leave a little bit to be desired. I think that looks pretty good. Kirby one is also very simplified, yeah. Here's what we can do. Well, obviously, I mean, we put it on its own layer for a reason. We can just swap it out and then... What if? We just zoom in on a chunk that we particularly like. Like that. That'll do it. Now, the only problem is, I still need to know what the hell I'm doing with the bandana in the back. Because I still don't know what's going on there. I was about to ask why it was clipping through a little bit, and then I remembered I have the opacity turned down. Okay, what if I take this, make it one shade lighter. No. Hmm. Nope, not that dark. Or that. Eh. Not really doing it for me. That's getting closer to doing it for me. Start with the dark one. It's still not doing it for me. Not sure what it is. I like this shape. I could just, hold on, do it twice. You know? That's something that's an option. That's an option. Sometimes you just get it in one. You know? I don't mind that. I think that's quite good, actually, as a matter of fact. They could be bigger, though. That. Just that over thereabouts looks good. C, color over that with a lighter shade. Angle it a little. I think I like that one. I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. And let me get a little bit of the pattern on there as well. I say faintest little hint before drawing the largest possible, just straight up answer. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Quite happy with that. Okay. Very happy with that, I think. Nice. That's nice. That's good. That's good. Okay. Thinking about that MLP comic where Spike goes, Borat voice, my wife. Why? Why are you thinking about that comic? What could possibly, like, is that just apropos of nothing? Just appeared to you all of a sudden? Gonna get another group going and stuff all of this nonsense in there. Okay. We're there, pretty much. This stuff goes into here. Boom, close it on up. Add one more group. One more group will fix it. Just add another lane. Just add one more lane. Well, I was thinking about the 2014 anime World Conquest Zveda plot. You'll have received DMs of it from me because I'm feeling a bit sick and keep thinking about things. I see. Oomphy, are you feeling alright? You've been thinking about a lot of things lately. Oh, that's strange. Okay, just the colors. Looking a little weird. I'm not feeling good, TBH. Well, hopefully, the stream can at least alleviate some of that. Now, here's the problem. I'm not going to be able to line this up pretty much at all. So we'll just go for, like, a general approximation of where we usually sit. And that's good. I hope you feel better soon, man. Okay. First of all, we're just going to save real quick because it's been a hot minute. Alright. Then... Man. It's hanging around 37.5 Celsius, 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which people say is normal, but it's really not normal. I don't have a good frame of reference for those sorts of things, unfortunately, but I don't know. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I'm much more of a 36.7 kind of guy, 98.06 Fahrenheit. I see. I'll keep that in mind. How am I at group 512? That's so many groups. Mm-hmm. I'm just now realizing we have two princes now. Okay, so now we have to do the eyes, which is going to be fun. Because I don't know how I'm going to do this. I think I need to do the classic, close, and then duplicate this. Open. And with open, we will move this. Okay, good. For now, we need closed, which will have this little, this little boop there, and then we need to draw the eyes 3 more times. Excuse me. One. Turn the opacity down. Was it? I think I had the pixel size set to like 5 for this. Nope, not that big. Or small, rather. 8? Was it 8? 8's looking generally correct. Okay. See, the good thing about boiling my lines is that I don't actually have to care if it's perfectly accurate or not. Because if it is perfectly accurate, that would completely ruin the effect. You know? Maybe 2. Then once more with feeling, and then we just duplicate it over for open. A little further on that curve. Okay. Three. And off. And then we want blink. Control B. Probably thereabouts. Okay, good. Combine. Blink. Right. And that off. Here's what we do. We duplicated it already, but guess what we can do? We can just get rid of this one. And copy this entire thing. Then we just take the whole thing, all of it on at the same time, except for that part. we can get rid of entirely. We just move it on over. Go. And then all we really need to modify is the blink frame. Now, theoretically, I could just, and will just, do that. That seems to solve our problem rather efficiently. This is Krita. I draw using Krita. Alright. Now, we start saving individual PNGs. Crop it on the sides. Crop it on top it. Enter. Background off. Save as art. YadoTube. Bagchan. New model. Prints. New folder. Cosmic. PNG. Cosmic. Prints. Closed one. I'm very pleased with how this came out. I think this is very, very cute. Also love your current outfit. Thank you. It's a mishmash of the original outfit I had. And then I added the bandana just to make it a little more artsy. Cosmic Prince. Open one. No eyelashes when eyes closed. No eyelashes when eyes closed. And it's for one simple reason. I have the eyelashes on the bottom, and when the blink is curved upwards, like so, I don't know where to put them, and so I just don't do it. It's consistent across all of my models. Therefore, it's not a mistake, and I don't have to fix it. Whenever I do the live 2D model, though, I will most likely do that. Most likely have eyelashes on the blink. Just a matter of when I do that one. Howdy, Sticklin. Open. Blink. Alright. We will leave it there for a moment, and now it's time for the most fun part of all, actually making the model. The most fun part of every art stream, the part where you just hear me mumbling file names with intermittent clicking noises, which are now courtesy of a brand new mouse. One that I don't have to slam my finger down into in order to right-click on. Closed 1. Closed 2. Closed 3. Upload files. And hopefully GIFmaker will be nice to me. Now, you might say, Jelly, why don't you just use the built-in animation function that Krita has? It comes with an entire suite of animating tools. And to that I say, you've asked this question every single time I've made a model for the past 7 models, and the answer has not changed. I would just forget how to use it after I learned how to use it again. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it ain't fixed, also don't fix it. Even though sometimes, like now, the software fights against me. And does not want me to make things. So let's try it again. One, 2, 3. This time for short? Wow, actually, this time for short. I was not expecting that to work, I'm going to be completely honest with you. New model, Prince, Cosmic. Cosmic Prince, close. Animated. Back to the GIFmaker. Manually ordered upload. Got open 1, open 2, open 3. Make a GIF. Save image as Cosmic Prince. Open animated. Riveting file structure, I know. Alright. And now I will return shortly. X-Chain will keep you company in the meantime, don't panic. Just doing a little behind-the-scenes movie magic, as it were. Closed. Link. Open. And now, without further ado, it's live. The head is definitely, it's getting cut off just a little bit on the side there. But you know what? I actually think it fits into frame quite nicely. I might need to move up just a little bit so you can see more of the belt. That's not moving right. What is that moving up right now? Is that not? Was that not? There we go. We're back in business. This turned out really nice. This is another really, really good one. I'm really happy with how this one came out. This is extremely cute. I got a massive, massive, massive props to Comet for coming in with those color variant suggestions. These absolutely made the model. If I'd have just stuck with the yellow gradient, this would be a lot less visually interesting. And we also certainly wouldn't have this bandana, which I think is really the cherry on top. I think that really ties it all together. I feel like a bandana, like, with this... I don't know if it's a traditional pattern. Is it a traditional pattern? Is this the first Jelly VTuber without a white outline? It is not. Actually. I will give... What will I give? I will give a small round of applause to whoever can name what was the first one. That's right. An entire small round of applause. From yours truly. Which is doubly impressive, considering that I have no hands. Nor any lower body to begin with. Homestuck? You are correct. It is the Homestuck model. Let me find it. Where is it? It's here somewhere. I know you're in here somewhere, you little rascal. There he is! Look at this little guy. Does he blink out of sequence? No, okay. For some reason I thought he did. For some reason I really thought he did. You know, speaking of the Homestuck model, I'm thinking about that like weird ass little larva thing that I made. And you know, I've been thinking about it for a bit now. Okay? When I make that live 2D model, I think what I want to try and do is play into more of the... Because I like to theme my models. I don't just want it to be like my model and then... But on live 2D. I want to make things difficult for myself. Right? I think when I make the live 2D one, I would like to try and play into the general design trends that a more proper VTuber design has. Before you ask, no, I'm not giving myself tits. But I mean that more in the sense of a lot more little ornaments, a lot of little flair. I think I'd add little pins to the jacket. Stuff like that. And part of that, I think, is that VTubers tend to have little guys that represent their audience in some capacity. And for the longest time, I have been struggling to think of a creature which may perhaps fill that role. But I think that little larva may be just the ticket. I think that little homunculus thing, I think that's you. That's you now. That's what you look like. Congratulations. That's you. I'm pointing directly at you through the screen. Let's turn into male Karu. Oh god, I forgot about male Karu. Oh god, it's so fucking cursed. Were grubs mere worms beneath jelly? See, no. No. You see, because in reality, the dark lore, all right, I'm gonna give you the tiniest little tidbit, all right, of the Dark Souls lore, which I have definitely written, right? It has long been hypothesized that the glow coming from within the bag is merely a conglomerate of brainworms puppeteering the creature. Those brainworms, chat, are you. Just like any good Twitch stream, chat is really the one in control. Which is to say that once again, through my own immaculate planning, even unbeknownst to my own conscious mind, I have perfectly planned for the future, without even thinking to do so. The perfect solution has fallen directly into my lap, a layup from across the court, from my own self. Now, I know what you're thinking. A layup, if any of you know how basketball works, which I barely do, isn't going to be across the court. That's not a layup. A layup is when you're really close to the basketball hoop, and then you lay it up in there. But I've mixed my metaphors enough that even if it doesn't look like one, you understand what's going on there. That's the good part about learning how to talk a bunch of random bullshit. Eventually, you learn how to say enough of it in a precise enough rhythm that people don't actually hear anything at all. They just agree with the noises. This is the point where you all +2, which is actually the point where you -2, because I've suggested a +2. But it's up to you. It is a Ratatouille situation. And equals Keck? That's not even my brand! A first-time chatter coming in with the +2? It really must have been good. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I was planning on drawing the Hex-Chan Katamari as well, but we've been live for 3 hours, and I am running out of steam. I have been awake for almost 24 hours now. And so I think this is a pretty good stopping point. I'm not gonna have another art stream with just the Katamari. I'm probably just gonna do it on my own time, or we'll see. We'll see. Maybe perhaps we will go for the quad art stream. And we'll stream tomorrow before Joe goes live and then raid him, as is customary. But for now, that's all I've got in the tank. I feel like I say this a lot. These art streams would definitely not be half as entertaining without all the assistance from the folks back home. So, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for participating in this collaborative art process. It is a treat. It is a lovely little surprise every single time. Sometimes I come in here with an idea and I bang it out and it's great, and there's nothing to it. But a lot of the time, most of what is good in any of my models comes directly from chat. So these truly would not be anywhere near as special without your input, which is greatly appreciated every single time. I am perhaps the only Twitch streamer to be grateful for their backseaters. Mostly because I am a younger brother who grew up living the backseat life. So, you know, I view all videos game as a collaborative process. As far as I'm concerned, every seat is a backseat, even mine. But that is going to be all. I just saw my entire mic aux decibel display go completely red when I clapped like that. So sorry if that blew out your eardrums proportionally to what you've had your volume slider set for the rest of the stream. I'm amazed that I was able to string that sentence together and get to the period at the end of it. But that's going to be all for me. So, thank you very much for watching. As always, it's been a pleasure. Hope you had a good time. I certainly did. And until next time, which will likely be tomorrow morning unless my sleep schedule continues to be complete and utter chaos, have a good one, folks. See ya!